Well, for today, I have some tips how to work on section number 3. For section 3, about the listening TOEIC, so you will have conversations. So this section is really important because there you have you will have like 39 points. So there you need to stand out. So let me share like some comments that I have for you about conversations, how to do well in this section. So as I told you, you will have like 39 items or points. So in total, you will have like 13 conversations, and each conversation has like 3 questions. So strategy number 1 you need to use. So this is like an example here. I have the script. So strategy number 1, there are like some questions you need to answer. So in order to identify the gist and to have a very clear context, you need to answer those questions. Like question number 1, where is the conversation taking place? So there you have the setting, the conversation taking place. Sometimes you will have like questions related to if the people are at work, or if the people are like traveling, or if the people are in a cafeteria, things like this. Okay, so the next question is, who are the speakers? So in here, you need to identify the relationship between them. And question number 3, this is a little bit about inferring, okay? Why did the person say that? According to the context, why did the person say that? Okay, so we're going to analyze this conversation. So in here you have a man and a woman, okay? So the woman starts, she says, something smells delicious in here. What is it? And the man, it's vegetable lasagna. I made it for dinner last night. I made too much, and there's a lot left over. So I brought some for today's lunch. The woman, well, it really does smell wonderful. How did you learn to make this? The man, it's my mother's family recipe. She got it from her grandmother. I'd be happy to bring the recipe to work tomorrow if you'd like. This is what the man says. So if you pay attention to the possible questions that you will hear, so for example, the issue. Okay, so this is another tip. What is the issue? What is the topic? The topic, okay, being discussed. So as you could see there in that conversation, are they discussing about work? No. Are they talking about the food in the cafeteria? No. So it says, what are the speakers mainly discussing? The man's family, a problem the woman has, the food the man has made, or the restaurants in the area. So yeah, they're talking about food. Here you have the recipe, but actually he said it's my mother's family recipe. So the best option there is the food the man has prepared. So you should select option C, for example. So if we continue here, this is option C. If you continue, the next question is, what does the man offer to do for the woman? So take her to lunch, bring her his recipe, introduce her to his family, or drive her to work the next day. So he said, I'd be happy to bring the recipe to work tomorrow. So he offers to bring her his recipe. Okay. Now the second strategy is infer. Okay. Remember, TOEIC wants to check how well you understand English. So sometimes you need to read, or in this case, listen to in between the lines. According to the context, why does the person say like this expression? Okay, so let's have and let's analyze a new conversation here. So here there are two women and there is a man. So woman A, hey, you two, have you seen the new rota? And the man, yeah, good life, social life. And woman B, why? What's happening? Woman A, we're all down to work all the afternoon shifts this week, Monday to Thursday. And the man, so annoying. I was supposed to go to the cinema Thursday afternoon with my brother. And woman B, I don't mind, to be honest. I like to have the morning free. I get loads done. Important here. Remember the context. Why does the person say that in that context? So a strategy that I have here you can use is try to retell in your own words what the conversation is about. What's the topic being discussed? You can see here, there is a word, it says, have you seen the new rota? Now, important. So that's the new schedule that is changing every week. Okay, that's a new keyword. And here we have the man. It says, yeah, goodbye social life. What is the attitude of the man? Is he happy? Does he like the idea? Or he's a little bit disappointed? Well, as you can see here, the attitude, his attitude, and supposedly the way he would say is, he is a little bit disappointed. So probably he had plans. Let's see here. We continue with the conversation. Why? What's happening? Yeah, there was a change in the shifts. So now they have to work all the afternoon shifts. You can see here, Monday to Thursday. So the only day they have free is Friday. Okay? And the man, yeah, so annoying. You can see you can understand here his attitude. He is disappointed. Okay? He had plans. He wanted to go to the cinema Thursday afternoon with his brother. So now, infer is according to the context. Why does the person say that? This is a strategy you have to practice a lot. So let's see here, question 44. Why does the man say goodbye social life? So he hasn't made plans this week. He's working when he would normally see people. He wanted to go out for dinner with the women. He has made a mistake. Actually, yeah, he wanted to go out with his brother. So, and he is unhappy because that's the time that he would be working. So he won't be able to see people at that time. Now, for strategy number 3, we have graphics. So it is the same conversation, the one that with the new rota, the work shift that changes. So in here, we're going to analyze when you have graphics. Okay, don't get discouraged just because you see numbers or you see a table. Actually, graphics are very easy to solve. The only thing that you need to pay attention is to details. Pay attention to numbers, pay attention to the organization, and mostly by paying attention to numbers and organization, you get the answer. So let's see here. It says, look at the graphic. Which group the speakers belong to? So in here, okay, we're going to analyze, this is the work schedule. So here we have Group Group 4 works in the morning. You see here, they work from Monday to Thursday morning. People, if you paid attention to the previous conversation, what time will the people be working? Mornings or afternoons? The answer is afternoons. So they don't belong to group 4. So group 2, they work Friday morning, Saturdays, and Sunday. Actually, these group of 3 people, they only work on afternoons. They have their weekends off. So they don't belong to group 2, neither group 3. So the only remaining group here is group 1. So it says they work in the afternoons from Monday to Thursday. So they belong to group 1. This is the answer. Now, here we have another inferring question. This is to infer. So remember the conversation here at the end. The last woman said, I don't mind, to be honest. I like to have the morning free. I get loads done. So this is an idiom, an expression that is really important. I get loads done. Now, the question here, why doesn't one of the speakers, the woman, mind working in the afternoon? So she has a lot to do at work. She likes it when work is busier. She likes to sleep in, or she accomplishes more in her time off. So sleep in is when you sleep until late in the morning. Actually, she would like to work more in her mornings because she said, I get loads done. So the answer here is letter D. She accomplishes more in her time off. It means mornings. Important people. Maybe you are new doing this a new format. This is a computer-based. So after you listen to each conversation, you will hear the 3 questions. And immediately when you hear the 3 questions, make sure you check A, B, C, or D. Why am I saying this? Because if you're not careful, after, let's say, conversation 1 finishes, the pages, they will flip, cambiar. They will flip. And if you didn't check an option, you don't have a way to go back and check. So make sure when you are here, when you're listening to the conversation, you check A, B, C, or D. Because when the conversation finishes and the questions are stated, the page flips and another conversation comes in. Okay, that's a very important tip because I don't want you to miss points in this section. Okay, now we have like some practice. Okay, we're going to put into practice all the strategies that I mentioned here for conversations. Important, some people do this and it works. Before the conversation starts, you will have like 5 seconds and you will be able to see the questions. So this is a good strategy if you can do it. So you can see the questions. Okay, my recommendation, once the conversations start playing, only focus your attention on the conversation. Don't start like reading the possible choices, because if you are reading, probably you are not paying attention to details from the conversation. And remember, your brain cannot do like 2 tasks at the same time. You either listen to or you read. Okay, that's a mistake some people make, because they start like reading all the choices and the conversation has started and they miss important details. Okay, let's practice conversation 1. Okay, so you read the questions And now we are going to play it. Okay, so let's see conversation 1.
Number 1. What are the speakers mainly discussing?
Okay, I'm going to play it from the beginning.
You're not working on Monday. You didn't work on Thursday either. How many vacation days do you get? You certainly seem to get more than I do.
Well, actually, I get 25 days of vacation, just like you, but my company allows us to work weekends and trade that for weekdays off. I work 2 Saturdays in February and 3 Sundays in March, so now I have 5 extra days to take.
I wish my company was flexible like that, but our office is totally closed on weekends.
Oh yeah? My company just keeps on going, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I will play it again so you can have a better idea.
You're not working on Monday. You didn't work on Thursday either. How many vacation days do you get? You certainly seem to get more than I do.
Well, actually, I get 25 days of vacation, just like you, but my company allows us to work weekends and trade that for weekdays off. I work 2 Saturdays in February and 3 Sundays in March, so now I have 5 extra days to take.
I wish my company was flexible like that, but our office is totally closed on weekends.
Oh yeah? My company just keeps on going, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Okay, important. Remember, if you are able to retell information from the conversation, so probably you exercise more your memory. So what do you remember? How about the woman's company? Does the company provide its employees opportunities to work on weekends? Yes. 24/7? Yes. And why is the man surprised? Because she said that, well, I worked like some weekends and now I have like 3 days there, extra days for vacation. Okay, let's see. What are the speakers mainly discussing? Where they go on vacation? Are they talking about places they visit? No. When they take time off work, vacation, time off? Yeah, possibly. What they do every weekend? No. How many hours they work each week? No. So the main topic there is vacation days. What about the woman surprised the man? Why is the man surprised? She seems to have a lot of vacation. She never works on Monday. She never takes days off work, or she works a lot of hours. So you could see he was very surprised that she had lots of days for vacation because she had worked some weekends before. Now, here, using the information you heard, it says, look at the graphic. Which company does the woman work at? Okay, let's see the company. Here you have like some requirements. Open during the weekend? What do you think? Is her company open during the weekend? Yes. So here you see, you have like 2 yes. Now, does the company have flexible work? Yes. Okay. And here you have this one, it says no. So immediately you're going to discard this one. So which company does the woman work at? Company C. This is the graphic. Now, we're going to do another one here. And we're going to do question number 3. And we're going to pay attention to this one. Okay? And here we have one question to infer. It says, why does the man say, I can't believe it? And then here you have, what has the woman changed? So you have to pay attention to some organization. So before I'm going to play the audio, well, as I said before, so we're going to do another option here where there is another graphic. I made some changes so you can see it now. This is the new graphic. So this is conversation 3, and this question says, why does the man say, I can't believe it? So pay attention to this. And the graphic question is going to be this. It says, where is the JDK contract file? So you have to pay attention to that file. Where is it? Okay, I'm going to play it 2 times so you have a better idea. So in here, pay attention to the organization. So you see, this is a file cabinet. So you know, every file cabinet has a drawers, gavetas. So here you see A, B, C, and D are like drawers, but here you have one on the top, and here you have one in the bottom. Okay, so pay attention to the organization of the drawers and try to see where the JDK file is. Okay, I'm going to play the conversation for you. So let me see, this is the conversation and I will play it 2 times.
I can't believe it. Someone's moved the file for that new German contract, the JDK job. I put it in the contract files cabinet only last week. Why don't people put things back where they belong? I can't understand it.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I forgot to tell you. I've changed the filing system slightly. There wasn't room anymore for all the contract files in one cabinet. You couldn't find anything, so I've split them up.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I've put all the foreign contracts in a separate cabinet. That one over there by the window. You'll find the JDK file there because it's a German contract. It's in the second drawer from the top. All the US contracts are in the cabinet by your desk. And by the way, I think we need to reorganize the finance files too.
Now, important people, an strategy is try to retell the information. Also try to make some notes. Okay, you will need to make like mental notes. Or if you have a paper, you can take notes. So in that way, you can like start like organizing and developing especially your memory skills. I'm going to play it again. So she mentions like different contracts from the US and foreign contracts. So pay attention to the location of each file cabinet and the drawers. So I will play it again for you.
I can't believe it. Someone's moved the file for that new German contract, the JDK job. I put it in the contract files cabinet only last week. Why don't people put things back where they belong? I can't understand it.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I forgot to tell you. I've changed the filing system slightly. There wasn't room anymore for all the contract files in one cabinet. You couldn't find anything, so I've split them up.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I've put all the foreign contracts in a separate cabinet. That one over there by the window. You'll find the JDK file there because it's a German contract. It's in the second drawer from the top. All the US contracts are in the cabinet by your desk. And by the way, I think we need to reorganize the finance files too.
Okay, so if you pay attention, so, okay, the situation here is the man had been working on a German file, the JDK file. So he had it in his desk, but then he's surprised and said, I can't believe it. So why does he say, I can't believe it? Okay, so possible choices. He does not think that someone has moved the files. He's annoyed that someone has moved the files. He's surprised that the woman is so frustrated, or he doesn't understand why they still use the same file system. So, in your opinion, what's the best choice? So if you were thinking about the best choice, so there you can see that he is annoyed. So he's surprised. He didn't know why they changed, or she changed the file. Now, we have the German contract. It's a foreign contract. So she said that the cabinet is by the window, okay, by the window. And she says, I don't know if you paid attention to the location of the JDK file. She mentioned that the file is by the window on the second drawer from the top. So this is the top and this is the bottom. So the first, the second. This is the second drawer. So the German file is here. So if you pay attention here, where is the JDK contract file? What option do you need to choose? Option B. And then we have the other situation. This is a little bit more about the context. What has the woman changed? The text of a contract, the furniture, the finance files, or the filing system? What do you think? What has the woman changed? Well, she changed the filing system. She started like moving contracts to different cabinets. And at the end, she mentions about that they need to start thinking about the finance files. They need to find a new location for them. Okay, but that question is not included here. So general tips for conversations. Remember, try to answer the most common questions. Where are the speakers? What's the topic being discussed? What is their relationship? And very important, what's the intended meaning? Why does the person say X expression according to the context? And when you find the graphic questions, in total, you may find like 2 questions in each exam, but no more than 2 questions. So pay attention to details and pay attention to the organization, and don't think just because you see numbers, it's complicated. Actually, graphic questions are very easy to answer. So for next video, we'll be talking about strategies for talks. Talks is last section for listening. So I have like some interesting strategies for talks.